Green day today. 2 green days in a row. Very, very excited about this. It's been a rough month. And when you're building consistency like I am as a brand new trader, that feels really good. My name is Raven. This is Trade with Raven. I am a new momentum trader, and I've been trading for about a year, and I am documenting my journey. And if you're interested and you're a new trader too, please subscribe below and come along on my journey with me. Okay. So I want to talk about my trade of the day today. I took 2 trades, one green, one red. Not great accuracy, 50%, but my winner was bigger than my loser, and it was my second green day in a row. So I had months when I started trading where I had like 7 or 8 green days in a row, and that felt great. I was really racking them up, but lately it's been very difficult. So I want to celebrate that very much. And I want to talk about the trade that I did well, because I feel like it is just the kind of trade I would want to take every single day. So exciting. Okay, so let me get into it. So I am going to pull up my trader view, and this is the app that I use to track my trades. I have a referral link in my description. You get $10 off and I get $10 off. So if you aren't using something to track your trades, you should. You don't have to pay for something, at least track them in Google Docs or something in a spreadsheet. So this was today. I had 2 trades, but I really want to focus on my green trade because it was just, mwah, it was perfect. It was absolutely perfect. Okay. So I was trading 500 shares, which is my usual share size. If I am really recovering from a loss, or I think the market's really in the toilet, I will reduce my share size. If the market's hot, I will increase it. But lately, I feel really comfortable at 500 shares. You can see here that I put my initial risk of $50, so I'm willing to risk 10 cents a share or $50. I'm also recording all my setups because I'm going to be tracking which setups are doing better than others. I haven't been doing the setup tag that long, so it'll take a while for me to build up the data on that. Now, you can see that this number here means that my return, which was $155.41, was 3.1, well, if you round it up, 3.11 times what I was willing to risk. Risk management is so important. Okay, I'm a new trader, but I'm not new to business or finance or accounting. And I understand, I worked as in a tax accounting firm for a while. I spent all of my career in finance and accounting related businesses, and the most important thing is risk management, right? So TraderView has this feature where you can put in your initial risk and it'll calculate how well your gain or loss was against that risk. And this is something that I think only comes with the gold plan. I just upgraded, but I love it. Like I said, if you're not tracking your trades, you should, even in a spreadsheet. Now you can put charts in TraderView. Like each trade has its own little page. So I have the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the daily, but basically, let's look at the 1 minute chart and see what happened. Okay. So BBGI popped up right at the beginning of the pre-market session. I trade 7 to 10 a.m. most days. So this was the pull. There are 3 parts to the Bull Flag Pullback: the pull, the flag, and the breakout, right? So this is the pull forming. It looks great. The volume bars are going up. The MACD is green. So here you can see my 9 EMA and my 20 EMA. I don't know why it's not putting the VWAP on there. Well, anyway, It should put VWAP on there. And it was coming up, then it started to pull back. The volume bars were pulling back a little bit. Now I was watching, let's see, let me zoom in here. I was watching as it broke out, but I was watching for the volume bars to go up, okay? And you can see here, I got in, I wasn't in this trade very long at all. Wow. So you can see that it filled all these little separate times. So I got in it. I got some slippage when I got in. I got in at 7.10, right? But you can see that 10 shares, I got at $6.59.5. 100 shares at $6.06. Another 109 shares at $6.06. So you can see it was filled in increments all the way up to $6.61. So I did get some slippage on the entry. I was in this trade for 10 seconds. Look at that. I got in at 7:10:07 and I got out at 7:10:17. That's great. Making $155 in 10 seconds. Can you really argue with that? That's pretty awesome. All right, but I also got slippage on the exit, okay? $6.93, $6.92. Okay. So this was honestly just absolutely sweet, okay? It broke out over the low candle, but I was waiting for confirmation with the volume. I felt like it was safe to get in here, and I took my profit off the table. I meant to get out at 20 cents a share. I was hoping it would go higher, but I meant to get out at 20 cents a share, and I got out at 30 cents a share. This is awesome because my target every day is 10 to 20 cents. So getting out at 30 cents a share is amazing, okay? And that really helped because my second trade was red on CYCU, and I had trouble getting out too. I tried to get out at my stop of $50. I had to cancel that and get out, try to sell in the bid again because it was dropping so quickly. But I still tried to get out right at my stop. So why am I so proud of BBGI? Is it because it's green? Yeah, I'm super excited that it's a green trade, obviously. But I'm excited because I was patient, okay? When I saw this pole forming, I was really tempted to jump in on the micro pullbacks. And I'm not saying I wouldn't have been wrong to do that, probably, right? But that's only in hindsight. And I had promised myself that I would only trade Bull Flag Pullbacks this week unless something was glaringly obvious. So I was patient. I waited for the pull to form, I waited for the pullback, and then I waited for the confirmation of volume before getting in, okay, to make sure that it was going to keep running up. Volume was sort of my goal for the week, and on my red trades today and yesterday, I messed up on that. But this time, I felt like I did a much better job, okay, of making sure that the volume was in alignment. And the big mistake I had made last week was ignoring relative volume, which is one of my criteria for stock selection. What? So this week, I have been on target about that, and especially for this trade. It met all my criteria for stock selection, and all my indicators were pointing in the same direction. I can't really get better than that. It was a clean entry and a clean exit. What made it work? Like I said, met my criteria for stock selection. I confirmed everything before the entry. The setup was clear. It had a strong pull, a tight bull flag. I didn't chase. I waited for the breakout. I took profit at the right time instead of holding too long. I mean, I do have to let my winners go more. And I could have got more profit on this, clearly, but see, it would have pulled back a little bit on this candle, and that would have been the right time probably to sell. I checked my boxes, all my boxes. I checked them all. This feels really good. 2 green days in a row feels really good. I was really patient today. My second trade, I was so excited about that, CYCU, because it had great news. I loved the news, but just, it rejected, and that's okay. But I'm super proud of BBGI today. That really makes me happy because I followed my plan and I got a good result. How awesome is that? Okay, I can only control my part, which is following my plan, making good decisions, but I also got a good result, and I'm super happy about that. My accuracy, 50%, that doesn't feel great, but I only took 2 trades. So my accuracy today was either going to be 0, 50%, or 100. Those were the only 3 choices with 2 trades, right? So 50% was pretty good, considering. So today doesn't really have a lesson embedded in it. I just wanted to kind of share something that I was really excited about, which was being able to get green, making a good trade, and getting green on it. That feels great. I know that's not going to happen every day. I know I'm only going to be right about maybe 2 out of every 3 trades, maybe 1 out of every 2 trades. But if I can cut my losses quickly and let my winners go, I feel like I'm headed in the right direction. Okay. And this is what I mean when I say that I'm trying to build my skills and build consistency. So one of my goals in doing the YouTube channel and live trading is to share my journey, but also I'm really interested in feedback. So I would love, love, love any kind of feedback, constructive feedback, please. Let's keep it constructive, because with the goal of learning, right? I'm very open to constructive feedback, but please keep it learning oriented. That would be really helpful. And hopefully by sharing my journey with you, it will help you work on your skills as well. So in any case, I'm really excited about having 2 green days in a row. Let's hope that we have more momentum in the market tomorrow, and I will see you tomorrow. Trade smart.